So mean absolute deviation is just a fancy word for finding the difference in the average. So difference tells average. It's a bunch of words. So they call it variability. So the variability, which is again just the difference in your data. Absolute deviation. Now what on earth do I mean? I will show you. So we are going to find that number to another, or we can think of it in terms of difference, which difference means to subtract all right, so it's always positive. Now, in case you don't remember how to find mean or average, that's what we call it, right? I'm going to give you a little crash course refresher.
I have to search philosophy.
So it's basically here to find average or the mean, because they are the same thing, just different words. So to find the average, you're going to add up all the numbers they give you using the symbol for numbers. Then you're going to divide by however many numbers there are. We're going to walk through all of this and I'm going to show you exactly what to do, but just so you have a little refresher.
I was stuck on one question of my homework last night. I absolutely could not get past it. Neither could my mom. She like literally does math every day.
I know, me too, but then put one thing on literally all of them and it made me so mad.
Alright, so we're going to do this step by step. First step is to find the average of your data. Okay? So, or find the mean. Again, same thing. Mean and average is the same thing. So we're going to do it with these numbers on the bottom. First thing you're going to do is add them up. Now, you have a calculator, which is great. Does all the heavy lifting for you. You don't have to actually add this stuff. But make sure when you're putting them in, you put them in correctly and check your numbers. Because you don't want to do all this work and have typed something in wrong. Okay, so then I'm going to look at these numbers that I typed in and compare them to this. Takes just an extra second, but you're going to be really annoyed if you get to the end and all your whole answer is wrong because you typed in one number wrong. Okay, so we hit enter. So I got 455. Now, we don't have to write all this out every time, but this is our notes, correct? Mm-hmm. So we are going to write exactly what we did on this front page. So when you look back at these notes, you'll remember how we got here. Will you need to do all of this adding on your homework? No, you can just type it in. But, okay, so once we get that number, then we're going to divide it. How many numbers are there? 7. So we're going to divide that by 7. So we got 455 divided by 7, which is, very good. Okay, so that's step 1. Not too bad, right? Then for step 2, this is where we're going to find the difference, or as they say, the distance from each data point. So this is where we're going to subtract. Now again, I'm going to write this out like action by action, and you need to do the same. But when we flip to practice, you won't need to do every step. I just need you to see where it's coming from. So you're going to take this number and subtract every single one of these and find what the difference is. So the first one will be 65 minus 61, which is 4. Okay, so we did this one. And then we're going to do the next one. Same thing, 65. So you take this average and subtract each data point. So 65 minus 68. Okay, so this is the good thing I want to show you. It's -3, but what did we say? It always has to be positive. So we just ignore the negative, and it will be 3. That's where that word absolute means. It means it has to be positive. All right, then we do the next one. 65 minus 63, which gives me 2. 65 minus 67, which gives me 2. 65 minus 70, which gives me 5. 65 minus 62, which gives me 3. 65 minus 64, which gives me 1. All right. So these are the numbers that you need to find. And then you're going to take these numbers and you just find the average of these numbers now.
So you add all those up?
Yeah.
Divide.
So we're going to do 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5 plus 3 plus 1. And you're going to divide. Now the number you're dividing by hasn't changed. I divided by 7 before, so I'm going to divide by 7 again. If I add up all these numbers, I get 20. Divided by 7, it gives me 2.9. So I know it seems like a lot of writing, but like I said, did we really have to write all this? No, we just, this part, yeah, you need to write out the numbers when you find them. But this is just to show you. Okay, we're going to flip to the back and do another example, and I'm going to show you how you actually can do it, where you don't have to do all that writing, because it's not necessary. Okay, so we're going to do this one together, and this is how I would do it for my homework and my assignments, right? I'm going to add all these up in the calculator. 4 plus 33 plus 58 plus 11 plus 28 plus 64. So you're just going to kind of follow my lead here. All right, once I get that number down, this is what you want to write down. I don't need to write all that I typed in here, that adding. I just need to write this. Divided by, how many am I dividing by?
198.
And by how many numbers? 6. Good. So that's what we're going to write. And that gives me 33. Okay, listing the distances. So this I'm just gonna do in the calculator and write them down. 33 minus 4, which is 29. So that's what I'm gonna write down. I'm just gonna write down the answers. 33 minus 33 is 0. 33 minus 58 is 25. 33 minus 11 is 22. Now someone did ask, do I have to do all of these? Like if I just know it? No, of course you don't. But if you're not 100% sure, type them in the calculator. Because you're going to be really annoyed if you do all this work and you got one of these numbers wrong. So if I was me, I would just be safe and type it in. Which is 5, 33 minus 64. My calculator does not work very well. 31. So see the difference? I did not write all of that out again. I just wrote the numbers. Then I'm going to put this in my calculator. 29 plus 0 plus 25 plus 22 plus 5 plus 31. And I got 112. So that's what I'm going to write down on this part. And it's also going to be divided by 6. 18.7. Okay, and this is your MAD, your mean absolute deviation. So this is our actual final answer. Okie dokie. All right, I am going to pause. We're going to try number 3. I'm going to let you see if you can do it. So start out with the average, and then I'll check back in and see if you did part A correctly, and then we can move on to part B. What did you get for part A? 32? Sweet. Okay, now we're going to try part B. Again, you're going to find the difference between 32 and each one of these numbers. So 32 minus 21, which is 11, and write that number down, and so forth and so forth. You're going to add up your distances or differences, and we're still going to be dividing by 5. If you add these up, you should get 54 divided by 5 is 10.8. Good, and that's our MAD. That's our actual answer. 10.8. Okie dokie. On the homework, you have to round to the nearest hundredth. Okay? So remember, hundredth is 2 decimal places. This is tenths. This is hundredth.
So if there's like only a tenth, can we do we add a 0?
You can. If there's only a tenth though, then it should be fine. If it needs to be rounded, you're going to round to this place value.
Can it still be a decimal though?